Excellency, former President Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, GCFR, Your Excellency, please, your attention is kindly and urgently needed by Nigerians and all Nigerian youths. I beg Nigerians, once when I see this video, just help me tag the former president. Tag him and run, no talk anything. Let him just see that his attention is needed. Mr. President Dr. Jonathan, we use you as a point of contact to all other former heads of states where they are alive. In fact, all Council of State members. Your Excellency, let me begin by kindly asking a question. Does the job of leaders in nation building, do your efforts only exist when you are in office? And when you leave office, you can afford to stand by and watch even your own legacies be burnt to flames? President Jonathan, it is important to call you out specifically because, as for me, since 1999, your efforts in entrenching democracy in Nigeria cannot go without notice. You made important steps in building a system that seemingly looked like a democracy. You signed the 2011 Electoral Act. You conducted elections in 2015 that saw you as an incumbent lose to the opposition and peacefully hand over power. And since you left office, your foundation has been moving around not only the country, the region, trying to entrench democracy. In fact, your latest lecture in Ghana, the topic was how democracies die. And you alluded to the fact and agreed that the importance of electoral integrity in building democracy. So, Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, Your Excellency, this current electoral process and the way Nigeria's elections are being conducted, where exactly is the future and where are we headed with this kind of electoral process? Is what is going on now part of your dream and your legacy with what you saw that is the way to build a democracy in a country where the vote of the people can be subverted, the voice and the will of the people can be subverted, and candidates can be announced in midnight, and everybody will just be quiet and allow it to continue? We know that as former leaders, you people do not always interfere with the sitting government, but you also have the responsibility to be a voice of reason. Recently, the President Tinubu administration released a statement. They say Council of State approved the appointment of the current INEC chairman, Professor Amukbiton, even though according to reports, some of you were not in attendance in that meeting. But they quickly put out the statement saying it was approved by Council of State. So it now begs the question, is it that the Council of State is only interested in ratifying whoever that the incumbent president appoints, but you people are not interested in the criminality that the appointee goes to oversee in that agency? We are having electoral reform. The National Assembly is considering bills. We have been calling on every leader to at least come out and make a statement and let the authorities know that you also have the goodwill of the people at heart to ensure that their votes should count. President Jonathan, now you talk say your vote or your ambition is not worth the blood of any Nigerian. So what happens when the blood of Nigerians or the ambition of the current political class, we have political actors whose ambitions are worth countless bloods of Nigerians who will do anything just to snatch power and hold on to it, who care less about the blood of Nigerians being wasted just for an election to be won? People are being physically beaten out of polling units. It happened in 2023, even in Lagos State. People die because we want to vote in Nigeria when we are not fighting a war. President Jonathan, even in a certain African country where there was a coup, no life was lost. In Nigeria, during democratic elections, people die. It should be a shame on all of you collective Nigerian leaders if you cannot come together, because you people are the heroes past. You people are the heroes past where they talk. So the total condition of Nigeria today is the cumulative frequency action of all of you heroes past put together. So if your hands are in the condition of country as it be, your hands should be here in making effort to move it forward. Because Dr. Jonathan, these days you are just moving like this, you move like this, we will not really come understand you. It does not matter, Your Excellency, what your personal or political ambition may be now. Your policies and your own principles should still remain. You told us you once had no shoes. God took you from the deputy governor to the highest office in the land without an election. It is an opportunity for you to still stand by Nigerian people and prove that in or out of office, you mean well for this country. Please, Your Excellency, we need your voice. We need people like you to also put pressures on the authorities. Not everything they go say, hey, let the youth fight, let the youth fight. The youth are trying to clean a mess that the fathers created. How is it possible? Yet the same youth, when we come out, live arms are being fired at us. We now want to kill the youths. Is it that you people want to kill the children? No, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, Please, Your Excellency, will be waiting to hear from you. We want to know where you stand concerning electoral reform. Have your views changed since after leaving office? Are you now more interested in building democracy in other African countries and leave your own home where it started? Your governor in Bayelsa, he has gone to APC. What is chasing him to APC? President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, Nigerian youths are calling on you people. Elders, Council of State. It does not matter what your past records have been. All other Council of State members, you can decide to contribute to the liberation of Nigeria at this point. We beg you, do not be quiet when the country is burning to flames. My name is Peter for Nigeria. We will be hoping to hear from you and to get your own message. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Any country that does not obey rule of law is a jungle. Any country in this world that does not obey rule of law is a jungle. Do you want Nigeria to be a jungle society?
You cast your vote without hindrance and any interference. Ballots are subsequently counted manually, sorted and counted manually. It's just the arithmetic accuracy that is entered into from easy. It's still manual, essentially. The transmission of that manual result is what we're looking at. And we need to avoid glitches. I'm glad you did. Interference, unnecessary hacking in this age of, computer inquisitiveness. Nigeria will be there.
The same mount says something from the right, from the left, and from the right. Contradicting statements. Can you trust those people? No. Are they not deceiving you?
It's unfortunate that Jonathan's words are now like they are now like echo while we go through this current criminal government, the criminal Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his gang of robbers and lawbreakers that are ruling over Nigeria. We cannot but ignore or forget that a certain prophet, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, warned us that there will be times like this. We are in a jungle where the House of Rep version of the Electoral Act was not brought into play. Immediately the Senate passed theirs. The Senate has now sent their own version to the President for ascension without going through the Office of Attorney General. In fact, it is the politicians in the Senate that went to decorate the President to signing it. There is no record anywhere, no documentation of it going through the Attorney General's office or whatever it did. And like Rufai said this morning, we do not even know if the President has read the bill. A several-page document of hundreds of pages signed less than 24 hours after it was passed in the Senate. The harmonization that was supposed to happen between the Senate and the House of Rep ignored and brushed aside because a lawless criminal is president. Again, a lawless criminal is president. It's enough. There's nothing more to say. And if you think the accusations of his involvement in drugs, in extrajudicial killings, in all of his lies about his background and all the things that has been said, you can at least, this is an evidence. A criminal will always be a criminal. And he has again criminalized our own processes. Hear him talking. A country where the National Communications Commission, as far back in 2018, has said that 95% of the Nigerians' land mass and area has been ably covered by at least 2G network. And you do not need even 2G to upload the results, a less than 100 megabyte document of Form E-C-8A. Criminals want to remain in power. And then somebody wants to entice me with what there is nothing. Tinubu doesn't need to show anything again. It's obvious. He knows he has failed. He knows the people rejected him. He knows he's not been able to please the people. He knows all his programs and policies have been rejected. It is total rejectment of all of his programs and policies. And the only way he can remain in power this monarchy, this king of Nigeria, is no longer a president. I will stop addressing him as president. He's now king because he has forced his way on power, forced himself on the people, and he is ensuring that the people do not have a right. This is not democracy. What are we discussing? What are we talking about? This is not. We are no longer in a democratic society where people gather to say this is what we want. I can tell you, if you do a voice vote, you do a opinion poll, anything you do in this country, the majority will still insist that electronic transmission of result is the barest minimum, at least in giving us a chance at free, fair, and credible elections. But the thieves, the criminals, the rogues, the robbers, the killers that are in power have insisted that we do not have a right in deciding. No, there must be something. Of course, they have a proviso. We also have a proviso, and we are going to implement it. Everybody get ready. The 2027 election, as it were, would be the break or make situation of Nigeria. It is either we decide to move forward to prosperity, or it will be the end of it all. Whoever is going to be a participant in the elections, whether you are presiding officer, you are supervising officer, you are returning officer, you are collation officer, get ready. The Nigerian people will be ready, because of course we have lost the chance to democratically seek redress in certain of these things and be able to implement quality law that will guide everybody. Now that we know the ultimate plan, the Nigerian people will now also make plans for themselves. Come and tell us that there is no network. Come to polling unit and tell Nigerians that there will be no network on that day. There will be network in your neck. Just come to polling unit and say there is no network to upload. It will be.
All right, so make it make sense. Now you have been in power for 4 years, and after 4 years, you are campaigning for the election. But instead of you to campaign with the work that you have done in these 4 years, you are using rice to campaign. You are getting influencers to campaign for you. You are arranging city boys movement, city girls movement here and there, getting the hottest bodies in town to come and campaign for you. Make it make sense that in all 4 years, you still need people to convince people to vote for you. The people are supposed to be begging you to remain in power. But because you know that in that 4 years of being in power, you did not achieve anything. That is why you need influencers. You need to set up a city boys movement where you get the influential people that came out of this region to gather their people, to rally their people for you. It's a shame. It's a shame. The other day I saw the president's son. They share rice. I see him say Romo they share rice to market women. And I'm like, do you need to do this? All you had to do was to use your first 4 years to do the best. To do not even the best, to do the least. Let's say security. Now a lot of people don't know that if you check statistics, do your research. The amount of people who buy during the time of Goodluck Jonathan, the one we don't buy for this Tinubu regime, don't double that one by far. Goodluck Jonathan regime, check the incidents. The biggest was the Nyanya bomb blast, followed by the Chibok girls. Then we get the Madala, then we get the MAP. But this Tinubu regime, not even talk about the recent events. We happened just in 2025 alone. Niger State, they go school, go carry over 100 or something. They go KB, Abina Kasina, they go pack girls. They enter CSC church for Kwara State. That's in Kwara again. They don't burn one full community down. They don't still go there yesterday again for Kwara State. They don't carry over 30-something people. This same Niger State again, they don't still go yesterday again. I mean, on Friday, they don't pack 50-something people. These are not just recent events alone. Now let's not even talk about the people who don't buy for Jaws and for Benway. That one and a constant thing. I said the least they would have done was security. But make it make sense that after 4 years, you are still gathering celebrities, influencers, paying left, right, and center to get people to come and convince, looking for people that have followers to come and help you campaign. It's a pity. It's a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame, honestly. Go and look at Rwanda. Paul Kagame comes unopposed because of the work Paul Kagame have been doing in Rwanda. These people, they don't want to see another person because they know what Rwanda used to be. As if I thought President Bola Ahmed Tinubu don't do anything. If to say he just solve a security problem, it go easy for people to do business. But nah. Now you are getting people doing different strategy here and there just to get votes. When they get people who get money, billionaires, they speak up on now. I am a Siwaju 2027. I am a city boy. You don't need to do all of that if you have done the needful. Now let's talk about the president. How many times did he stay for country? How many times? You shall not be saying that man one insult or you want to talk. No, but ask yourself, how many times President Bola Ahmed Tinubu did in Nigeria? Is he fit to still be our president? These are the questions. He went to Turkey. He fell down. He's not fit physically anymore, based on what we saw. Based on what we saw. He did Wakadi fall. How many times is he in Nigeria? We do Happy New Year, our president know the country. Our president know the country. Check out now. And 2027 now you are campaigning. And you are saying that this person will do better. Do what? Do what? Think about it. Everything. Me, I'm looking at the main promises. Oh, we are going to stop subsidy, and then we are going to use the money to do XYZ. Till tomorrow, we know they say anything one I don't do. Till tomorrow. Even on our APC, we could have sit down and reflect. Which one I don't really do? Do you need people to help you campaign if you have done what you needed to do? Seeing people campaign is even embarrassing. Now you go back actors. Now, Nasabi, the only advice I have to my fellow Nigerians, please, in 2027, vote from the place of pain and what you have experienced in these last 4 years. Don't let some celebrities, because you love them, you are following them, don't let them come and deceive you with fake promises. Most of them, they don't collect for their pocket. A lot of them don't go sign deals. If you campaign for me in 2020, after we win, we are going to give you this, we are going to give you this. Most of you that they will deceive, you people are coming out for different rallies, left, right, and center. They'll come, they'll deceive you now, and come for rally, they'll promise you now one small thing. After this, they don't need you anymore. They don't need you anymore. Once they don't secure what they want, they don't go. No, no, Sabi. My own, the one I won't beg. You could at least pause. We will reflect if we not deserve to still be in power. Please, I love, don't play. Now, we say now where they want mumu. People will be saying one day. You know what? Don't play. Bye bye.
If we have not had this type of thing before, I would say, well, this is a novel idea. But you and I know very well that they not have spoken more than this in the past. At the end of the day, they betrayed themselves. Did you not see how they betrayed Jonathan? Was it not this something he's talking about today that amounts to betrayal? They were misled against Jonathan. Was that not true? It was not after they started confessing. You had it now, several confessions came out. How they betrayed Jonathan, how they were misled, how they made a mistake. It happened. So if it has not happened before, I will say, well, the man have turned a new leaf, they're born again. Look, if they are quarreling with Tinubu because he's not doing what they agreed in a closet, my dear, I will not buy that idea. The taste of the food is in the eating. Let the election come and let them act according to their words. Then I will say, okay, did not have truly changed. But if they are saying all this is now, so that Tinubu will now be a good boy to them, well, count me out. Because I've seen...
Not support, not love. You have sympathizers, you don't have supporters. The only thing you've ever achieved as a politician, both in Bayelsa State and in Nigeria, is conceding defeat in that 2015. That is the greatest thing you've ever done. And you just want to rubbish it. You just want to mess up your reputation. You just want to pour sand, pour dust on your greatest achievement. I don't know who is advising you, except this your sudden ambition to contest for 2027 is just to come and see if you can spoil things for Tinubu for dislodging you in 2015. You are coming on a revenge mission, not necessarily because you think you can win. If you are contesting because you genuinely think you can win, then you are being delusional. That's the fact. You said you've witnessed a lot of betrayals, but it is obvious that you are now about to betray yourself. I beg, don't come and mess up yourself. You know if you defeat Tinubu. That is the fact. You don't have what it takes to defeat Tinubu. You don't even have the past record to campaign with. You don't have any achievement to campaign with. You don't have any political capital as far as Nigerian politics is concerned. Don't come and rubbish yourself. Oh. Nigerians, if you know say na you dey advise Jonathan make he contest for 2027, abeg stop am. Ịchaka eziokwu na ayo. Ka ọ dị nụ.
Welcome back to the channel. So, according to Peter for Nigeria, he is saying that for the fact that Goodluck Jonathan is no longer in power, that does not mean he should keep quiet when it concerns the people. We all saw what happened to this man during his tenure, how northern politicians frustrated his administration, and they all made it look like even somebody like Tinubu, he was part of the people that played politics on this man. They all frustrated him and made sure they collected power from his hand. And at the end of the day, a lot of Nigerians now that Tinubu is in power, that they are seeing that Goodluck Jonathan was really a good president. If not, when he was in power, there was this insurgency, back-to-back Boko Haram attacks on communities. They did a lot of things to make sure that this man was frustrated, and to be honest, he was actually frustrated. So why do you people want him to come back to power now? For God's sake, why do people want him to come back to power? Why should they even put his mouth in anything that concerns Nigeria after everything they've done to him? Why? Well, for me, him keeping silent and all is the best thing, because at the end of the day, let them test other people and see that his administration was one of the best administration, and this man really sacrificed a lot for Nigeria. What's your take on this? Can you let me know what you think in the comment section? And as you all know, subscription is free. If today is the first time coming across my channel, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe.